Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where we apparently are going to have to engage in some ground combat. It's a terrifying idea. We have no idea what the stats of these units are because there is no way to see the stats of a unit inside a transport ship. So we could try to just engage them in the sea. Now remember, we have better transport ships than everybody else, but number is a problem. They have 4 transport ships to our 1 available. We could hire a hero next turn. I think next turn. Yeah, next turn. Attach that hero to this army, and that would put us on 2 transport ships against their 4. Or wait, I thought they had a hero. Apparently they only have 3 ships. You know, 2 against 3 might actually be good enough. And instead of hiring a hero, we actually could grab, what's-his-face from... where is he? Interial. Yeah, we could grab Iraku, right? Because he has the first point in this being better at fighting thing. It doesn't actually make him better at killing, but he has a lot of extra defense and health when he's in transport mode. So maybe that's worth doing. Maybe we just temporarily pull him over. Because if we could fight them in the water, it's definitely better than fighting them on land. How reasonable is it for me to get another demon built? Actually, if we were going to build another demon, though, we want to probably upgrade the design a little bit first. Well, now if we're planning on using them as transport ships, then no, we don't want to upgrade the design, right? Because their actual stats won't matter at all. If we moved everybody over to industry, it would take 3 turns to get one done. That's very expensive, too. We have 2 turns till this guy's finished. Can we get that down to 1? Nope. Well, that's a crying shame. Alright, we might not be able to pull this off, actually. We might not be able to stop them while they're still in the water. It's possible their stats won't be great. They may just be equipped in the iron and dust gear appropriate to our era. And if that is in fact the case, then we can just take them on land, probably. Especially if we get to fight them near Amenvar. I suppose we're going to hit end turn and see what happens here. So we're coming close to Empire Plan number 4. I think we have way, way more influence than we actually need. And this is the point in the game where we're starting to try to bank influence to cash in for a ton of diplomatic points. We need to figure out what that number actually looks like, though. Alright, so what do they do? You just end up there. They might get out of the water on the next turn. They're not going to be able to do it this turn. It's a shame that attacking them like near a settlement won't end up with the militia in transport ships coming out to fight them. Yeah, I think we're going to have to just fight them actually on land. Well, it's probably doable. It's not a big deal. So we have enough dust to buy ourselves a hero for the new city. And we have here an Influence Boost 2 hero. I think that's probably the one, right? There's not really a lot of other strong options here. You get to go to Samhin. Okay, exactly enough heroes for the amount of land we have. You probably shouldn't really go anywhere. So if we're talking about fighting on land, then let's go ahead and edit this design, make ourselves as good at fighting on land as possible. Range Slayer is going to be not super good against them because they have a support unit, but they're mostly cavalry. So I think I probably just want to go for the big claws. And then pretty standard gear. Okay. Retrofit cost is 227 per. Okay, that's not a big deal at all. You know, it would be kind of cool if winter ended. So wait, I finished a dust refinery this turn, and we're still fervent and everything, and we're showing like a lot less gold per turn than we were last turn. We're getting 40 at this point from our dust accumulator facility, by the way. It's pretty alright. Oh, I didn't... That's right. We have other units out in the world that I am totally neglecting. Get over here. Remember, we don't want to take their pearls because they will react poorly to that. And I really, really want the diplomatic points from these guys continuing to be allied with us. Come on, you. Get out of the water. Yeah, I just totally didn't move this guy at all last turn, which is a little bit of a loss of efficiency. Found nothing in the ruin. We are not declaring war on anybody. They see my military swelling rapidly, and they're like, oh, this is the time. Let's do it. Oh, don't attack me yet. Don't attack me yet. They attacked me yet. Okay, well. 2 militia. Ozek the Chosen, who is not wearing any gear. And a demon versus... Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, purple. Yeah, fair enough. Well, that's a loss of diplomatic points for us. These units are not super upgraded. And, you'll note, very low initiative. Unfortunately, I didn't actually get the retrofit on my guy, so I'm not 100% sure how this is going to go. Our militia are probably pretty good fighters. Okay, I'm pretty sure we can just fly over enemy units. So my plan is going to be... Nope, it looks like I cannot, in fact, just fly over enemy units. Well, that's a shame. Oh no, I totally can. It just wasn't lighting this area up as pathable. That means I get to attack their Dust Bishops straight up, which is terrible for them. We saw an awful lot during the last campaign how Dust Bishops are not good if you can't actually hit people. I don't know why this guy ran sideways when he had orders to attack enemies. Okay. It looks like my demon's gonna die, but we do have more demons coming. And he's gonna lock these guys up one more time before it happens. A lot of my units are running in ways that guarantee that they won't be able to attack next turn, which is why I sometimes manually position everybody. Because if you don't, they try. It seems like they try to lose battles. No, we're just going to keep this guy from ever doing anything of his own volition. Yeah, this turned out not to be worth stressing about. Okay, well, that was easy enough. Let's see what the next step of the faction quest is. We got ourselves some wine, which is, pretty okay. Morgar trembles. Small minds, so easy to dominate and bend. To seek and master other minds. The future and the intent of Morgar is clearer now. But as the Morgar mind expands, it finds that something that is blocking it. You know, it just finds that something, that little special something that is blocking it. Morgar feels something. It is out there. Limiting, controlling, defining. Keeping Morgar mind under control. Keeping it feeble, free but chained. The thing is an old thing, a thing of the jailers. An evil thing. A thing that must be discovered, thwarted, destroyed before it can hobble the Morgar mind, which it is already currently doing. Rage, hatred, old evil still exist, still haunt, still try to dominate. No, calm, controlled, thinking. Only Morgar will dominate, must learn of jailers, their magic, tools, machines, grow stronger, grow smarter. Start by collecting dust and luxuries, collecting power and strength. Collect 56 dust from all exploited tiles within your empire. It's saying that we're currently only pulling 40 dust from our tiles, which is because of the winter. So when winter ends, we'll just automatically complete this. We don't even have to think about it. Actually, is Dearth of Dust still running? Yeah, it totally is, and it's going to end next turn, and that's going to complete the quest right there. Okay, that's fairly lucky. That might be one of those things where there's multiple versions of it. A lot of the steps in the faction quest have a couple of different versions. So, it turns out I didn't need to be in such a hurry here. Build a public library in one of your cities, and you will get Signal Corps. Well, alright, that's a weirdly, like, first era quest to get, but we can certainly do that. And winter shall be coming to an end soon. Yeah, I guess we have our two demons to, like, run around and do stuff. Probably get back on food here and try to get my my borough streets finished and my new point of population available. Here in Garant, we don't really have anything valuable to build, so we're going to build some Vors, because we're going to end up with an army that can kill the sea monster. I don't know that there's even really a need to kill the sea monster, but I do want to. That's got to count for something, right? Okay, apparently this guy still has 0.3 movement left, even though I thought he had 0.3 movement from here to here. Weird. Alright, and we are accumulating. So Tariel is still producing industry or influence. Here we probably want to switch over to influence now. And build another borough, which we know we want to do here. That probably takes precedence over the dust refinery. We have enough dust to just, like, buy that out, so I guess we will. We'll switch to influence soon. And can we do it right now without losing population? No. I need our population meter to, or our food pile to fill up a little bit more. And then we can swap people over. Honestly, that may have done it right there, even just that one turn. Because the loss of food was pretty minor. So we're at plus 439 influence per turn. We gotta get that number way up. Okay. That event is over. Keep the grass silk rolling. So, do we want to just hit this? I kind of think so. Even though we're, potentially going to be able to save some dust by doing that, I don't know that I care at this point. I think influence is a valuable enough resource for us now that we're sort of transitioning into our final end phase, our final engine phase, that it doesn't really make a lot of sense for us not to, for us to spend it on just saving dust. Plus, it turns out there's an awful lot of dust to go around out here in the world. Yeah, you don't really have anything cool to build, so keep building me Vors? I should probably... Hold on. We should fix the Vor design. Actually, you know what? It might be as modern as it can get right now, because we don't have any, like, good tech. Oh, we do have palliative prows. And nothing in our prow slot right now. It costs resources that we have plenty of. And then we should put something in the officer slot. Fomorian Slayer is probably not the way we want to go. Right, I assume this is... Yeah. I wanted to check and make sure that it wasn't worded like plus 30% damage to neutral units, which would make it actually work against the sea monster, but no such luck. And then we probably need to get weapons tech. We need to get some level of weapons tech so that we can actually attack this thing for a reasonable amount. Tidal Mastery is like extra movement along coastal waters. Yeah, sure, I guess, like, modernize it as much as we can. Retrofit costs are pretty trivial in terms of dust. Where's my other one? Here. I'm going to try to bring this guy home. You need to find more ruins to search. And I'm hoping our faction quest will step us forward in a second here, as soon as we hit end turn. 30 hydromiel. I don't know that hydromiel is actually valuable at all. I don't think I care about that. I suppose we could sell it, if we need to. Or maybe we could trade it. It is a third tier luxury, I think, so it may have some value to the AI. Alright, 10 more Hyperium. So where are we at on research? We're getting prisoners, slaves, and volunteers, and once we have that, we don't have anything else in the queue. So we could pick up rare alloys, and that'll give us pretty reasonable weapons. We make the weapons out of mithrite. It'll be it won't even be stressing a resource we're using for anything else. And over here, Central Market seems pretty good. Definitely need that. More burrows. Do I want to build an intensifier? Do I want to go for both the luxury intensifier and the Abbey of Anomalies? Because I think we do want an Abbey of Anomalies. We do want the ability to build them. It's just, do we also want luxury intensifiers? I think probably not. The luxury intensifier is just not valuable enough. So that being the case, we can go ahead and build a burrow over top of this. 821 versus 721. Well, that's not very hard math. Let's go ahead and get the Central Market here because it's going to provide us with a little bit of extra growth and build power. Alright, so now that Leold has its museum and everything, I think this is time to kick it over to here. Garant is working on food right now. Yeah, alright, and Garant can afford to do this instead, so let's do that. Probably that burrow's worth building. Over here, yeah, we're still doing this thing. Probably still need food in the smaller cities. This city is probably not one of the smaller cities, but we also actually don't have Palladian. All right. So we'll get our influence per citizen and district building built in Daramard, and then we'll move everybody in Daramard over. Our amount of influence per turn is ballooning. I don't know that we'll necessarily even defeat the sea monster, but I'd really like to. Okay, so we got our Quicksilver. Make sure you have at least 0 luxury resource facilities within your empire. Oh, okay, I do. You know what? This is weird, but I bet this says 0 because there aren't any in the world. And we've got kind of an unusual situation there. So we'll get Dust Mind Decoupling, which will unlock totem accessories. Oh, you know what? I remember totem accessories. I believe they're very powerful pieces of gear that you can only wear on minor faction troops that also like deal some damage every turn, or they reduce the unit's max life or something. Something like that. Okay, really cool. Just absolutely no value there. Oh, right, we have Native District coming in. Yeah, we can go ahead and finish that before we get this. We are really not in a big hurry to defeat the sea monster. It's basically like a lark. It's just something I'm doing because I don't have anything else for some of our cities to do. Nothing useful. Why did I decide I wanted to go into the forest? I don't know. 30 Dust Orchid will allow us to start our Dust Orchid booster a little bit earlier. We still don't actually have any incoming. Also, I'm noticing that we're 96% but happy. I'm sure that's, you know, just a mild error. I guess we could pop a booster here and see if it'll... There we go, that'll jostle it. And then we could buy some boosters for the... Or we could buy some luxury resources from the market, but I don't know that we need to. These guys are trying to steal my pearls. And I say thee nay. Go get your own pearls. Alright, a bunch of extra grass silk is welcome. This guy kind of needs to head toward the coast, because he'll move quite a bit faster along the coast. You should get retrofitted. I guess I did just move this unit, like, right up onto the sea monster, which is maybe not a great idea. Okay, building buyouts are even cheaper now. Not that we have a lot of buildings that we need to buy out. I'm going to save dust for a second here until we can start building the other one of these in Daromard, and then we're just going to pour a bunch of dust into that. I can never remember what the name of that building is. Alright, so I'm going to try to back this guy off because I really don't want to fight the sea monster yet with one Vor. We're not ready. We have to form up into a mighty party, and then we have to... oh, all kinds of stuff's happening. And we have to form up into a mighty party, and then get some new weapons, and then we'll fight the sea monster. So, we built a public library, got ourselves Signal Corps, which means we can now have 6 units in a navy, which is going to be important for sea monstering. And we also did this. Dust is magic. Power. Resources also give powers. Boost Morgar, make them stronger. Now, Morgar needs useful puppets. Jailers were smart. Easier sometimes to force others to do your work. I would say almost always, really. Morgar gloats. Power grows, domination grows. Reckoning will come, but not yet. More work to do, more enemies to whittle down. Some species are lesser and no threat. Other species will try to take Morgar freedom, return Morgar to chains. Those must be destroyed. Morgar needs better tools to fight others. Strong tools that will protect freedom, destroy enemies. Living tools that can listen, take orders, fight, and be discarded when no longer needed. So create 3 minor faction units equipped with the totems. The good news is we have 2 minor faction units, so we just need to build another one, and then retrofit some totems onto them. Should be easy enough. And then once we have 3 minor faction units, we can actually get that one Ruins quest done as well. It's not like a super high priority. Okay, you need to find more ruins. There are actually a ton of ruins on the map, and we haven't been to most of the map. Unfortunately, it turns out most ruins are still garbage. Alright, next winter is showing minus morale on units in city. I'd be fine with anything but that one, really. Let's just go ahead and vote for the one that has the more prayers. Try to push that to a place where it is awkward for people to vote around it. Definitely want to get Narrative Master. And then in his city we also want to build a national museum. It is totally a museum. I don't know why I thought I was wrong when I said that. You know what? I said museum, and then I immediately thought, oh no, that's the name of the Endless Space 2 building that increases influence. It looks like blue is winning back the war against red. It also is... yeah, oh, that was the purple territory, right? Okay. Yeah, there's a great big war happening outside of our door. I sort of don't care. It's kind of whatever. The question is, do I want to build out here and get the water tile, or do I want to build here and level up another district? The extra district thing is more influence. This is more raw resources, though. Yeah, I'll take this in case I do decide I want the luxury things, the luxury intensifiers. Then let's keep converting over to influence. Also, this yellow bathysphere has done some fantastic work for us, considering that it wasn't even free. We got resources for getting it. It's better than free. You probably should not go out of your way to get a single pearl. You have a place to be. You maybe should not really go anywhere. Although, you know what? I'm going to have him head in the direction of the other Vor. There's a lot of ruins to search out here. Could use an extra hand. And then I need one more demon. Over here, I probably want to keep building Vors, actually, because we're pretty good at building Vors. Alright, 3 minor faction units to be equipped with totems. What other quests do we still have? We have that thing. We have the sea monster. We have this, which we're not going to do. Okay. Easy enough, I suppose. We actually have a lot of city tiles. Way more than I often build. We have pretty good populations at this point. Our population has really, really grown. I think I'm feeling positive about our chances. It's always a little tricky when you're trying to go for an internal victory because the AI might suddenly pull ahead in a way that you have trouble dealing with. But for right now, I'm feeling relatively good. Should probably finish building like the most basic stuff here. Guess I need a central market as well. And we've been, I assume, downgraded a couple of times. Red Cold Warred us, and then closed their borders to us. Okay, well let's just re-piece them because I need that. I need those points, and they're pretty welcoming to it, which means we can make this happen pretty easily, I imagine. We give them some of our Dust Orchid. Oh, I'll give them all the Hydromiel. I don't need this stuff. I will, of course, give them as little as I can while still getting away with it. Okay, and our spices ran out. Probably we're pretty close to running another spice booster. Yes, we are one turn away. I should buy more. We should buy Dust Orchid. We're certainly not in a tough place as far as dust goes, but there's actually not enough Dust Orchid on the market. We would need to get 15. So we're going to have to wait until one of our extractors goes up. Okay, well in that case I'm not buying anything. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll find some Dust Orchid in this ruin. That was close. That was sort of like Dust Orchid. Man, flying units are really nice. He gets to completely ignore the cost of difficult terrain. He gets to move over cliffs, and then he still gets the river movement bonus from being amphibious. That's pretty alright. One of the armies roaming in Lurten. Nope, I don't care. I don't care about that. I'm not fighting any roaming armies. Not even like a good prize. Also, if I was red, I'd be real careful about downgrading to Cold War, because I could have at some of his ships pretty easily. Alright, nothing. That's a shame. Mithrite is also not really useful. There's actually a pretty narrow group of things that I would be happy to find. I probably don't want to go any further in this direction, what with the sea monster being right there. And in fact, 5 movement is enough for it to move over and attack me if I don't back up. Alright, everybody's building important stuff. What are we going to spend dust on? Well, that's probably a good idea. And then we were also building one of those here. Yeah, close enough to finished. And then is this the moment that we move this city over to influence? Probably, right? We gotta get producing. And we have another assimilation slot where we want to probably go for just 10% food. Like, we don't really need the strategics that badly. That was probably worth the 100 influence. So let's talk about the math. Let's figure out what the math looks like right now. Right now I have 774 diplomacy points. We are currently pulling in, what, 14? Yeah. So, if we're expecting to be vulnerable to an enemy victory, let's say as early as sometime in the 110s, if we were to hold out for 30 turns at this rate, we would be at 42. We'd get 420 more diplomatic points just from this stuff. What am I doing? 420 more diplomatic points just from end of turns, which puts us in the neighborhood of 1,200. And then we have to generate another 1,300 influence through deals, which means accumulating 13,000. Wait, that can't be right. 13,000 influence? Because that's, I mean, we're going to have way more than that, like, soon. We might be able to win the game. Man, did I carry a 1 wrong somewhere? It feels like I must have screwed that up. Because that calculation puts us on with the game territory, like, pretty quickly. Much earlier than I was expecting. Well, I guess let's keep plugging away at this pace then. Obviously, we're still going to have to make a bunch of goofy, tedious deals, but we will. You know, we'll do it because we have to. So we're just going to bank a lot of influence. I'm not going to try to... I'm going to try not to spend too much. You know, anywhere that we don't get immediate benefit from, because any deal we might make with another player is going to require us to give them something of value. And I would like to give them all everything of value at the end of the game when it will no longer negatively affect me. Okay, see, this right here, this is the moment where we buy the Abbey of Anomalies design and start building abbeys. This right now is a pretty good abbey position. We failed a quest. Yep, could not care less about that one. There's a bunch of sea ruins down here that we've never searched before either. Discover a total of 3 science-based technologies. Okay, so next turn we're going to get 3 Hyperium, which is, like, pretty good. Not great, but it's good. I do feel like you could animate a little bit faster there, a little submersible. Let's grab this for you. I wonder if anybody has sold any additional Dust Orchid. Nope. That's actually something we should probably put some priority on. So, like, we can build a Dust Orchid extractor. It requires a little bit more glass steel than I actually have right now. But that's a solvable problem. And yeah, that's absolutely worth spending dust on. Let's get that Dust Orchid extracting. You probably want to return. Group these guys up, so I want to really go up to maybe like 2 armies worth of Vors, just to be absolutely sure. That's not even really sure, but I'll feel better attacking it with that many. That may be too many. Maybe far more than we need. Lee! Yeah, I don't want to run too far from my own territory because we have to be inside our own territory to retrofit. And we are going to do that just the moment that 3rd demon finishes. But there's also so much loot to gather. Actually, move down to here. We can grab this on the way past. Nope, it just didn't actually search. There we go. Okay, we're about to get augmented extractors. I don't know if this will count the ones we've already built. And I don't actually have the ability to build any more Tier 1 luxury extractors, so hopefully it does count the ones we've already built. I guess we'll see at the beginning of next turn. Also, we could give these guys a settler in order to get a shield that isn't even good. I think the cost on that quest is a little disproportionate to the reward. Alright, Amenvar is 4 turns off of giving us our guy. I'm not too stressed about the faction quest, obviously. Let's see here. Over here, we can queue up. We should probably build some other stuff. Oh, this city doesn't even have a cargo dock. What am I doing? Alright, well, that's probably the next place the dust is going. Oh, we do need the other Dust Orchid extractor here, too. Well, next turn we'll be able to make that happen. Let's make that a priority here. Oh, dust eclipse time already. Well, fortunately, we already have a bunch of units searching all the ruins. Oh, I was not able to get this. Be the first to have 4,000 dust. We could have gotten that. Then raise your science ministry by 1 level more than previously. That is extremely not worth doing for that reward. I have no interest in war declarations. It's just not how my people get down. We will pop the spices that I forgot to pop last turn, and the dye is coming in, but it's coming in far too slowly. I need 25 dye. Well, that looks very doable. Obviously, this is a tremendously important resource for us. One might go so far as to say the only really important resource. Okay, we are not going to take pearls from blue. We're going to resist the urge. Okay, we revealed the Shard of Icariel, which we could go get if we wanted to do that. I obviously have no interest in it. There's just no value. Swords? How barbaric. Who fights? Why wouldn't you just take over your opponent's brains? Like, swinging your sword around and stuff, doesn't your arm get tired? My arms would get tired. Uh-oh. If I defeat these fanatics, I'll get some gold. I don't want to fight these fanatics. I want to run away from them. And then I want to get back on land as quickly as possible at the beginning of next turn. We should probably run back on land to hit temple ruins during eclipse time. We can do this for right now. This vor... It's not totally safe. I'll move him up. We're already going to be mashing the execute your moves button, so I'll move him up and just have him already queued up for the next flea. Yeah, Mithrite. That's fine, I guess. I suppose it is free stuff, so I probably shouldn't complain. We could build an abbey here, and we almost certainly should. And then another vor, but we don't quite have the glass steel for such an endeavor. Alright, let's get the... Wait, where was it? Yeah, it's here. Alright, so I need to buy six glass steel. Then we need to get the dust orchid extractor going. We need a little bit more gold. I'm certain, or a little bit more dust. I'm certain I have stuff I can sell. Like, I place no value on hydromiel. Okay, there we go. Get that dust orchid in here. Okay, and this vor is finally in a position where he can go kind of fast. Sort of fast. Alright, Mok is establishing quickly. That's the wrong button. Alright. Gotta remember to mash the flee button so as not to lose that mastermind. Honestly, the mastermind has, like, never been useful for combat or anything like that, but he has gotten us a lot of value just running around the map all game searching ruins. Come on, go. Go faster. Faster, go now. There we go. Oh, okay. No health regen on units. Not a big deal, although it is a little bit unfortunate for that mastermind. And I think... So we have a winter coming up, but the winter's not going to directly reduce our effectiveness at producing influence, but it is going to screw with our food supply. So I think, given that we don't have a way of generating influence from any skill point with this guy, I think we're going to grab Cold Operator before we finish off Inspirational Leader. And you are a long way from having to make such a choice. Alright, out here in Tariel, we can make a normal burrow. I mean, we probably just want to build straight down the center here, right? Get all those levels. And you... We should go grab this, what do you call it? This thing. You know, the thing that makes you move good. So we're still one Dust Orchid short, is that right? Were there 12 on the market? Oh no, there are 13 on the market. Okay, we can just buy these out and start the booster now. Which we will absolutely do. Because, hey, that's a pretty good booster. Plus 20% on everything except, sadly, influence. Every other resource has a 50% booster for just the one resource, and then is also boosted by Dust Orchid. Man, neither one of those were exciting. I guess I should have merged these guys up before taking the movement conflux. What do we want to do now? I can go grab that pretty easily. This guy probably needs to start getting back into my territory. The guy with the movement conflux will make it back trivially whenever he wants. Okay, that's even more dust, so next turn is when we're going to be able to move our faction quest forward again. And we don't have a lot of value to build here. I'm just going to buy 3 glass steel and produce a Vor. And we're just about to have access to some slightly better Vor weaponry. Put down this immediately leveled up district, and we can probably move over to influence here. Where are the cities that were not on influence? Aldodev. Aldodev is still growing rapidly. That's probably fine. Samhin, also, I believe, growing pretty rapidly. Yeah, we'll just leave those guys in growth mode. I want to get that up as soon as we can. And you know what? We still have some pearls. We could still go get luxuries. Or the luxury intensifier, rather. Alright, we're going to bank a little bit of money here because I have no idea what we're looking at in terms of retrofit costs on these Vors once we have access to the better weapon. Okay, and I think we're ready to keep going. Yeah, maybe it's just really easy to get diplomatic victory. I don't really do them because I don't think they're very interesting. And with the necessity of making a bunch of very dumb trades at the end, they feel really goofy. But I don't remember having difficulty ever getting one when I was trying to get one, so it might just be that they're really, really easy. All right, where are we at in Titan Bones? We are short 25. Can that be fixed? It sure can. We're honestly not even really doing that well on resource nodes and stuff. It's just that it doesn't matter. Our empire is not any larger than it needs to be. We should probably go back and get Impassioned Preacher, because again, like, we only have so many options for increasing our influence output. And the other Ozek the Chosen gets his first level of Proselytizer, which is great. This is a Vor. Oh, right, Red closed their borders to me, that's right. Hey, I don't know where the sea monster is. That's kind of terrifying. Oh, that's a little unusual. I don't know what we equipped to make that happen. So we found the boarding vessel design in one of those ruins. Not something that I particularly needed. Hey, where is the sea monster? Did it disappear? Hey, it didn't die. We still have the quest. I don't know. Weird. Okay, so we have our third ground unit. Let's update the demon design to use a totem. We can un-totem shortly afterward. It's not a big deal. It looks to me like the totem that is most affordable given our current resource values is actually the Chironix totem. So we'll have a quick look at these, because they are pretty cool. First of all, they give you the Cursed attribute, minus 5% life per turn, but they also reward you with 30% attack and initiative, 50% damage, and improved movement and vision. This one is you're cursed, but 50% attack and damage and movement. And this one, as you might have guessed, is 50% initiative and damage and the improved vision. This is kind of like 125%, right? It's not quite as good at either at the narrow role they fill, but it's a little bit more generally powerful. All right, so all we have to do is retrofit you and you, and then yeah, go ahead and search that ruin. Or don't. Sometimes they just need some gentle prodding is all. Okay, you just have to get back inside my territory so I can retrofit you. I think I can just retrofit him. Yeah, he doesn't actually have to be on land. Alright, so presumably it will give me the faction step. You know, I wonder if we had to create them. I was reading this as have 3 minor faction units with totems, but maybe I have to build them with the totems already on them. I guess we'll see if it gives us that next turn. Who knows? Maybe it won't. If it does require us to create them, I mean, I'll certainly do it. But I will be annoyed about the resources I spent. Build a city improvement that increases your influence. Okay, twist my arm, you got me. I'll do it. Oh, I found the sea monster. It was right there, in a one space that we couldn't see, apparently. Well, that's not ideal. Okay, that's the Wings of Ruin quest. Okay, let's go this way. And in Amenvar, we need to build... We actually don't have a lot of interesting choices. Oh, we do have the Throne of Emperors. I totally forgot that there was even yet another wonder for us to build, and this one's pretty good for us. Let's build it right here. Right? It could, here and here are roughly identical. They both already have 2 districts around them and everything. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. 8 turns. We could get it down to 5 if we were willing to sacrifice... Oof, wow, that is almost 300. It's about 250 influence per turn. You know what, I'll just do this. We'll just build it a little slowly. It doesn't make sense to sacrifice 5 turns of 300 influence in order to get 50 influence 3 turns faster. You can run over here. I do love how water is just completely irrelevant to our pathing. Running a largely coastal settlement can sometimes be very annoying with other factions. Okay, Leold over here is going to build, I guess, an alchemy workshop, but we don't really need it. And then you definitely just build more burrows. Continue to build burrows forever. So we need to pick a tech. I don't know that it matters too much that we get anything else from this era, so maybe we want to get something cheap from an earlier era just so that we can speed things along a little bit. You know, we could grab Public Granary. That's still a fair amount of food. Although I guess if we're building a food building, it should probably be Plow Factory. Alright, let's take a look at the Vor design. So we now have access to the... to this version of this. 42 attack, 22 damage, compared to the 9 and 4. And then it also has the Acid Spray trait, or Acid Spray 4 trait, which is 40% defense reduction. So where are we at on the retrofit cost of these Vors? I am a tiny, tiny bit of Hyperium short. Well, fortunately, Hyperium's not actually that rare of a resource. And then this guy, we're going to need Hyperium and Mithrite. I'm not even sure those were the right amounts. Yeah, whatever. Got the job done. Well, if he attacked us now, my suspicion is that we would lose. He does, I suppose, only have 44 damage on some of these tentacles. Like, maybe I'm over-preparing. In general, though, I would say preparation is a good thing. Alright, let's see if it gives me my faction quest or if I have to, actually build 3 new units with the traits. Oh, also, did I somehow just not search that? Oh, you know what? It's a temple ruin, and I only searched it once, I think. Come on, get close. Oh, Red's doing stuff. Okay. Well, we got attacked before I could get in range because Red's screwing with me. Blue is warning me. I don't know why Blue is so intent. Okay, this did fire. I don't know why Blue is so intent that we not be friends. Defeat 2 enemy armies with armies exclusively composed of units cursed by a totem. Reinforcing friendly armies don't count. So, what we could do here is probably we could flip the allegiance of some minor faction villages, and you probably saw when we do that, they immediately spawn an army, and then we could just kill those armies. That might work. We also did that thing, so if we return to those ruins and inspect them, we will get a small amount of red sang, which is like a very low priority for me. Here, there is a pirate captain that would like to fight me. Turns out we're going back to inspect that ruin soon. I'm really annoyed about all of the Vors being spread out all over the place. Got dust and also glass steel. Actually, not a terrible thing to have at this moment. And also nothing. Cool. And then I guess you just... Wow. Man, you have a lot of movement. I wonder if the AI gets mad at you for taking confluxes in their territory. Is that 3 consecutive ruin misses? That's a little unfortunate. Okay, so I suppose the rest of our build results kind of depend on this. Do I want to go for this? I think the core hungering maw of this thing is still too powerful for us. Yeah, I think we just retreat. I'm annoyed by that, but I think that's right. I hate that Red closed their borders to me. That's just extremely annoying. Alright, I'm going to garrison up for the extra health regen. And I guess I'm going to garrison these guys too. Oh, you know what? The monster's not visible when you're far away from it all the time because I think it is submersible. That's fine. We'll get him. So I need to find some minor faction villages that I could convert that are like on the edge of enemy territory. This'll work. We can fight this one. It probably won't take but one of the demons to actually kill the enemies we're looking at here, but maybe I should bring this guy down. Yeah. Let's have 2 demons around just in case. Just in case it turns out to be harder than I'm expecting. And we can't build another one of these guys because we don't have enough mithrite. Okay, problem solved. So he does have the submersion trait. What if I built some of these guys with... Yeah, you know what? It probably doesn't make sense for us all to have acid spray. Some of us should have acid spray for the defense reduction, but we should also have some guys with the jaws. The big jaws for the submersible slayer. Because... Are all of his parts submersible? Well, yeah, they are. So you can see unit, submersible. Yeah, they all are. So actually, we probably have too many people with the wrong parts equipped. Retrofit cost is actually pretty reasonable. The question is, how many acid sprayers do we need? Let's go for, like... We could do half acid sprayers. I'm just thinking, like, there are multiple parts to him. We're going to have to fight all of these parts together. So we do want to make sure the acid sprayers are actually getting acid onto everything. A significant defense reduction. He's got 96 defense, and our units have like 93 attack. So cutting his defense by 40% probably will allow us to put our attacks up into the highest category. So yeah, maybe I'm going to try to get to 8 Vors in the area, I think. So we have 6 right now. That's number 7 right there. And we'll leave all of these ones on spray duty. You get retrofitted with Jaws. You apparently do not get retrofitted with Jaws. Oh, he's on like a really old design. We still have to get Hyperium into him as well. Hyperium and Mithrite both. Okay, and I'm going to cancel this Vor and put him back into the queue as a 6. So 4 5s and 4 6s is the plan. I'm just going to buy myself a little bit more Mithrite and put the other Vor in the queue. Alright, and what do we have to build over here? Nothing, it turns out. I could buy even more resources and just build some more Vors. Yeah, what the heck, why not? It's not like the things we're missing are very expensive. Sorry, this has to be 4, right? And I probably should have actually looked at the numbers. And I have to have 7 titanium, so we need another 2. Over here on Leold, we also don't have anything to build. I guess Inquisitor's Divinity is still a good thing to build in the cities that don't yet have it. Getting spied on would still be like a huge bummer. Okay, we can move to here and get into the fortress. Think. Yeah, we have 0.5. As long as you have more than 0 movement left, you can jump into a garrison. We have 700 dust left. It's going to be... Oh, we could just buy out the second Vor 6 there. That's probably worth doing. And then we can end the video by attempting the sea monster attack. And maybe give us a climactic moment in what is mostly a pretty slow series of turns where we're just watching the numbers go up. I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't fought the sea monster in an extremely long time. I have no idea how powerful he is going to turn out to be, whether this is going to be at all viable. Or whether I'm like massively over-preparing, which is also absolutely possible. Let's get a fish farm. Seems like an okay thing to build. Oh, I didn't rush this guy up onto land, but it turned out not to matter, because the enemy army was too slow to take advantage of me. Got our red sang, which we will not probably use. Hey, here's a ruin. Is there another one nearby? Where do we... Man, I have too much movement. I don't know what to do with it all. The game is borderline too easy when nobody wants to kill you. It's a strange situation we find ourselves in. I did re-peace with Red, right? Yes, okay. So we're at peace or better with every living player. Probably cannot afford to do any more alliances than the ones we have. Ooh, 20 adamantium. Oh, hold on there, Chief. Did not mean to click all the way over there. 135 dust. Oh, we could search that again. Okay. Let's group these two up and see if we can't get ourselves a little bit of progress on our faction quest. We can certainly afford to spend a little bit of influence. 322 is not that little, I suppose. But the 2 villages that we'll have to convert for this to work out the way we want it to work out is still a pretty small amount of influence in terms of what we're actually producing turn over turn. Also, I could have searched that again. I keep searching just the top layer off of the dust-eclipsed ruins. Oh, we hit the end of the eclipse there. We also hit the next era at the same time. We got our song. And for some reason, one of my Vors didn't finish, even though one of them had 1 turn left and the other one got bought out. That's weird. Right, no reason for the Grass Silk to ever stop running. Wei Resigo gets to push up to Inspirational Leader. Guess we're going to have to wait 1 more turn on this, which is kind of annoying. And here in the new era, there are actually some buildings we can build that will improve our influence. We have this, which gives 10% influence to the city, and this, which gives +1 influence per citizen. They are both worth pursuing. There's also Modernized Administration, which obviously is bananas, that Aura of Empire building, in many of our cities. So that is probably first. We may as well grab this ruin because we're not gonna run out of movement here. Oh, apparently there are guys in my way. Maybe I am gonna run out of movement here. Okay. The biggest concern is that we will spawn this neutral army and green will immediately kill it. That hitched but didn't actually fire. Okay, there we go. And we don't actually have to manually battle this out. I think this is well in hand. Okay, did that count as 1? It totally did. Cool. So then next turn we could attack the village, and it would probably have the same effect. One of our guys almost died, but not to be overly casual about that, but like kinda big who cares? A little bit. It's not that our units are not useful and valuable, but in fact, no, that's exactly what it is. Not only are they not useful and valuable, we actually have to pay for them to survive every turn, which is a slightly non-ideal situation. It's not a big deal. Alright, so we discovered the stealth ring. Sure, looks like a ring that has some gold lettering inlaid around it. I can't imagine what that might be a reference to. It looks like we'll be able to buy the end off of this next turn, which we probably will want to do. Sub just needs to keep searching this stuff. I don't actually know where the sea monster is right now. Maybe I should have the sub come back and help find it? Level up any district or the city center of Daramard to level 2 in order to get Town Criers. Okay, I'll do that. Daramard has a level 2 district already. No, Daramard will have a level 2 district in 2 turns. So, okay, that's pretty good then. You're not moving anywhere, you're not moving anywhere, you still have points left. Hey, get over here. Okay. Alright, now we're moving into the final turn of the video. For real this time. Probably. Possibly for real this time. I really hope we get that sea monster, because otherwise I'm going to feel very embarrassed. I guess it's important to gauge its strength, though. Figure out whether we can handle it. And this will be an important moment in doing that. It's turn 91. I would expect that the other players are closing in on their victory conditions to some degree. Alright, Red has Cold Warred me again. Let's just fix that. He doesn't even actually want to be at Cold War. I don't know what is going on with him. The Quicksilver boost has ended. That's absolutely fine. So, hey Submarine, come back here and help me scout for this sea monster. Well, I don't see him. Maybe this won't be the turn we fight the sea monster, because I can't figure out where it is. You know what would really help is if we had some actual... Oh, wow, these guys are not healing. Oh, right. Of course they're not healing. This thing is on. I totally forgot about it. Well, I mean, I guess we'll use the Red Sang. You know, I was thinking that the Red Sang was the resource that reduced hero upkeep cost, but it's the good one. The goodish one. Yeah, shoot, that sucks. So these Vors are actually not going to be super helpful in fighting this battle. We're going to need more. We're going to need more dudes. Go ahead and rush that out, and then we'll worry about building more stuff next turn. Wait, why can't we build a plow factory? Oh, it requires glass, steel, and palladium, not palladium and adamantium. Well, that's fine. Okay, we can build another burrow here. So, with the dock there, this thing already has 3 districts around it. It behooves us to build around that. I guess right here is fine. And in Mach, we don't quite have the population for another borough yet, so... Inquisitor's Divinity, just to be on the safe side, probably not actually relevant. Alright, you guys have your action point. We may as well just see if we can't knock this out. Alright, we're cruising through this. So we got our Quicksilver, and... Morgar is satisfied, but never content. Morgar knows that any opposing force is a risk, any empire a jailer. Morgar schemes, mind, body, dust. These things are linked, interdependent, can be manipulated. If strong enough, can interchange them. Body becomes dust, mind becomes mine. Others are gullible, others will do Morgar work, will be glad to gain dust for killing Morgar enemies. Others are easy to control, easy to destroy. So maintain a black spot against pink for 10 turns. That is where our faction quest ends, I think. Doesn't really make a lot of sense to pursue that any further. We need those diplomatic points. So, we have some movement left to do here. A lot of this is fairly low value, but we should get something out of these units, right? And then we also should probably take this guy back to friendly territory and fix his design. We're going to unretrofit the totems. You also need to get back to friendly territory and take your totem off before it strangles you. And then, I guess, head for here? I don't know what else there is to do in my territory. Alright, well, we're making good progress. Apparently, we will not be fighting the sea monster this turn, but we're going to get him. We're going to find him, and we're going to get him. For now, though, let's just take a final apprehension of our situation for the episode. We are at 899 diplomacy points. As it stands now, we would need 1,600 we need 1,600 diplomacy points in order to win the game. So that's not really that much influence spent. I guess we're close to winning. I must be doing some math wrong in there somewhere, right? 2,500 points, and I think we found that it's 10 influence per diplomatic point. Yeah, okay, we might be really close to the end. So, I'll tell you what. Go ahead and leave in the comments the factions that you would like to see played in the next game, because we may even start the next game next video, depending on how long this takes. But if not, then I assume the video after that, at the very latest. So yeah, let me know who you would like us to play. We've already chalked up wins with the Necrophages and the Broken Lords and the Ardent Mages, and we're about to be on these ones. So, other factions. And that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when the Morgar become king of the world. One big, weird Gestalt king. And we'll see you then.